Okay, so let's dive into something that's kind of wild when you really think about it. We're going to unpack this powerful, maybe even a little unsettling idea about our lives online. And honestly, it might just change how you see every single like and share from here on out.
Fame is a drug, and everybody's addicted. Wow, that is a huge claim, right? But what if there's some real truth to it? For this explainer, we're going to take that statement seriously and see just how deep this rabbit hole really goes.
So what does that even mean? Fame is a drug. Is it just a catchy metaphor, something clever to say, or is there something more, something actually, biological happening inside our heads every time we log on?
And this is really the heart of the whole thing. Imagine that. What if every single like isn't just a friendly thumbs up, but a tiny little chemical hit delivered straight to your brain? If that's true, well, it changes everything.
Okay, so to really buy into this whole drug idea, we've got to understand the high. Let's get into the science of it. What's actually going on in there that makes a simple heart icon on a screen feel so good?
And here's our culprit, dopamine. This is where the metaphor stops being just a metaphor and gets real. It's not some vague feeling, it's an actual chemical reward. See, our brains are hardwired from way back when getting social approval literally meant survival. So now, when our brain sees a like, it sees acceptance, and it fires off this chemical that says, hey, that was good, let's do that again.
And that's the mechanism, right there. So simple. Phone buzzes, brain lights up. It happens dozens, maybe even hundreds of times a day for some of us. It's a little microdose of a high, delivered straight through your screen.
And here's that loop, broken down step by step. You post, you get a like, your brain gives you that dopamine hit, and then you want more. It is a perfectly designed reinforcement cycle, and it's exactly what makes these platforms so addictive.
But you know where this is going, right? With any high, there's always a risk. There's a tipping point where that simple little loop becomes more of a trap. It's where wanting that reward starts to feel a whole lot more like needing it.
And I mean, just look at how cleanly the language of clinical addiction maps right onto this experience. Tolerance? Remember when just one like felt awesome? Now you might need 100 to feel anything at all. And withdrawal? That anxious feeling when you're disconnected, that fear of missing out, it's the exact same pattern. It's wild.
Now, when you see these behaviors laid out like this, be honest. Does any of this feel a little familiar? This is the addiction in action. It's not just about scrolling, it's about how the results online start to control your emotions and your actions offline. But this isn't just a you problem or a me problem. The source we started with said everybody's addicted. So let's zoom out. How did this become such a massive society-wide thing? How did we all get hooked? I mean, just think about this shift. For pretty much all of human history, fame was for a tiny, select group of people. Now, there's a potential stage, a potential spotlight, in every single person's pocket. The drug of acclaim has been democratized.
And if acclaim is the drug, well, these platforms are the dealers. They are the distribution system, perfectly engineered with algorithms designed to deliver those little validation hits 24/7 just to keep you coming back for another taste.
The sheer scale and the accessibility. That's what makes this so different. This isn't something you have to go looking for. It comes looking for you. It buzzes in your pocket. It sends you notifications. It is constantly demanding your attention.
So, if we've come this far and we accept this powerful, kind of unsettling idea, it leads to one huge question. If we're all hooked, what on earth do we do about it? Is there even a cure?
Before you can even talk about solutions like a digital detox or whatever, the very first step, like with anything, has to just seeing it for what it is. It's about looking at this whole cycle, looking at these symptoms, and just asking ourselves honestly, do I see myself in this picture? And that's the thought we want to leave you with. Let's turn the camera around from this explainer and point it back at ourselves. In a world that seems to be totally high on validation, what would sobriety even look like? What would you do? What would you create if there were no likes to count? That's a question worth sitting with for a while.